Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Rural Rapport. My name is Teresa Hoffman. I'm the Policy Communications Associate for the Center for Rural Affairs. While we're waiting for people to join us, let me tell you a little bit about the center. The Center for Rural Affairs was established in 1973 in Northeast Nebraska. We exist to build more vibrant rural communities. We are based in Lyons, Nebraska, and have staff who work across the state, as well as Iowa, South Dakota, and Minnesota. My guest today, Kayla Bergman, is a senior policy associate with the center and works in our Nevada, Iowa office. Thanks for joining me, Kayla.
Of course, glad to be here.
While we're waiting on people to join us, just feel free to say hello in the comments section, and also please leave any questions that you may have there throughout the program, and we'll get those answered for you. You may have seen recent media coverage of carbon sequestration programs and legislation called the Growing Climate Solutions Act. We wanted to share more about the legislation and why the center supports it. Kayla, can you explain the Growing Climate Solutions Act?
Absolutely. So the Growing Climate Solutions Act will help bring more transparency and legitimacy to the carbon payment programs. So these voluntary carbon payment programs already exist and they're growing rapidly. This legislation will standardize and become what has become a cumbersome enrollment process for some participants. So what this Growing Climate Solutions Act does is it creates a certification process within the U.S. Department of Agriculture for those third-party facilitators of those payment programs to go through. So those facilitators will be USDA certified and actually be subject to protocols for those carbon programs. And that, again, will bring more transparency to the situation.
Can you explain what you mean by carbon payment programs?
Yeah, absolutely. So carbon payment programs have been around for a while, but we've seen a recent spike in facilitation programs available and interest in enrollment. So farmers are being paid to implement conservation measures on their operations that sequester carbon in the soil. Common practices for these programs include cover crops and no-till that are used alongside their row crops. And third-party facilitators are enrolling these farmers that are doing conservation measures in these various programs and making carbon payments directly to farmers. So these conservation practices are not only important for water quality and soil health on their farm and in their watersheds, but increased carbon sequestration and storage in the soil decreases the CO2 in the atmosphere, which we know is causing climate change. So these conservation measures have benefits locally as well as environmental benefits that benefit us all. Here at the center, we've heard from many farmers that these carbon payment programs are really an exciting opportunity economically for doing additional conservation on the ground. But we've also heard feedback from farmers saying that they're trying to enroll in these programs and that the variety of programs available through private companies has become a bit confusing. So there's a little bit of an issue with transparency about contract terms and verification of the carbon sequestered. And that's why the center has decided to support the Growing Climate Solutions Act.
All right, just a reminder, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Kayla, share the status of the legislation.
Yeah, so the Growing Climate Solutions Act has bipartisan companion bills introduced in both the House and the Senate. And the Senate side of things has passed the Senate Ag, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee, and that happened on April 22nd, so now a couple weeks ago. And so it's now on the Senate floor and needs to be scheduled for a vote. The chances are good that that will happen because of the overwhelming bipartisan support.
Thank you. Kayla, how is rural America impacted by carbon payment programs and carbon sequestration?
Yeah, so like I said before, environmentally, we all benefit from additional conservation on the ground. Healthy water for recreation and in some circumstances, drinking water is really a benefit of these practices. But additionally, addressing our changing climate by sequestering more CO2 from the atmosphere will benefit us all in the long term. Another benefit of these carbon payment programs is the economic for rural communities. So these carbon payment programs in rural America, paying farmers to and compensating farmers to sequester carbon will put them in a better financial position to spend money in their local communities. So, environmentally and economically, rural America really benefits from these carbon payment programs.
How do farmers and landowners get involved?
Yeah, like I talked about today, there are many programs out there available from various third-party companies. And so if you need help in knowing where to get started looking at these programs, we are happy to help. You can give me a call or email me. My contact information is on the staff listing page here on our website. I also would be curious if you are a farmer and you've enrolled in these programs already or are going through the process currently, we'd love to hear your experience. We're continually looking for those experiences to guide future resources and media pieces. We really want to understand the issues that you might be having or the successes that you've been having, and really want to share all of that with other farmers out on the landscape and our stakeholders. So we really would love to hear your stories if you have been a part of these programs.
Well, great. Well, thanks again, Kayla, for telling us a little bit about this legislation. And if I don't see that we have any questions, but like Kayla said, if you have any questions, you can feel free to leave them in the comments. If you're watching this program later, we'll get back with you on those, or please reach out to us. And as a reminder, you can visit our website. We have our staff page on there, so you're welcome to look up any of our staff there and contact them if you are interested in learning more. Our website is cfra.org, or you can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, where we continually share resources that we develop, as well as promote the events we are hosting. Please join us back here live next Tuesday for another Rural Rapport. Have a good day, everyone.